Hello, everybody, and welcome again to the Toon Review YouTube channel. I hit the mouse button by mistake and knocked off the intro there, but never mind.
It all very quiet. I thought, what am I doing?
Just one of them things, never mind. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Fan Forum, the second show on the Toon Review channel tonight. So me and the Harrison are putting in a bit of a shift.
It's good fun, though.
Hopefully Dave's back holds out anyway. We've currently got nobody in the green room waiting to come on. So if you want to join us live on the show, the link is pinned in the description or in the live comments, sorry. So get yourself on, have your say about all things Newcastle United. Dave, we'll start, we'll talk about Leicester. We're going to have to somewhere along the line.
Yeah, I suppose.
What did you think of the fact that he kept the same team?
I've been thinking about this because I knew you'd ask.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder in my head whether he's still trying to work out his best team.
Right.
He's seen them in training and he's trying to work out, the best way forward. And I think that's possibly why he did it. I would be very surprised if on Thursday night he plays a similar team. He's got to do some changes after that. As I was saying to, Warren just before there, as Warren rightly said, Lascelles needs to get himself back to that sort of way of playing, and he's got to step up the mark. He's got to start defending the well. As Warren says, he's absolutely right. We both agreed. The whole team have to start defending because you can't win if you're leaking goals where we're leaking goals. What is it, 34-5 or whatever it is now? It's some ridiculous number. We've got to stop that happening, and once we do that, it'll do well. But I think that the thing that has got me annoyed this last week, and I know 90% it was just being other idiots saying, let's get rid of the manager, whatever, it's probably Magnums and whatever saying it. And I get that. We probably do the same to them. We do it all the time.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, as I said the other night, and I said on Twitter, we've changed the ownership. We've cleaned the ground, got rid of some horrible signs. We've got a new coach and staff, got a new manager. Everything's new apart from the team. It's still the same team, the same players with their frailties and, I'm going to say uselessness, and that's harsh, but we've got to be harsh, that Bruce had. And, he couldn't get a game out of them. And I think Eddie's going to find the same. It's going to be hard work because I think the confidence, all of them, I think is shot to hell. It needs to get back, and we all saw. Well, I didn't because I wasn't there. Damn it! But you were saying, the atmosphere at the end of the Burnley game was absolutely amazing. Now they've got to realise, and I would hope they do, that they think, hang on a minute, this is what we get for just winning one game. Wow. What's going to be like if we stay up and we start winning things?
We actually win trophies, yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, from my point of view, and we discussed this with Warren when he was saying that, will people come to the club? Well, once they see that, once they see the 52,000 Geordies scream at the top of their voices, and you get that cauldron that St James's Park can be, as we all know it can be, it's going to be a force to be reckoned with. And people have got to have the courage of their conviction to say, I'm going to go there because I know it'll be brilliant. I mean, who doesn't want to play in front of 52,000 screaming Geordies? I know if I could play football, I would. I'd go out in crutches if I could.
I know.
I do think that he's obviously working out who's going to stay, who's going to go, which players does he need to, get either the kick up the backside or the arm around the shoulder do. And, and it's difficult because he hasn't got, again, we've said, he hasn't got the depth that a Premiership side needs. You look at the reserves thinking, who we got? If you look at the bench on Saturday and the other games, who's on that bench is going to come on and completely change the game? Nobody. They're going to shuffle in and do the same as what the rest are on the pitch. We've got to be able to have 25 players in that Premiership squad. Every single one of them should be able to make a difference in the team on the pitch during a match. We haven't got that at the minute. We will get it, whether it's this, after January or whether it's in the summer. We will have, maybe it's not the whole 25, there'll be a few changes, obviously, but that's what we need to get to. You look at Man City. I mean, Man City are just, I think, scraping slightly ahead of Leeds at the moment. They've got probably 18 players who could just.
Dave, sorry, I'm just need to interrupt you. I've put the wrong link on YouTube. I've just put it in again now in the comments, so hopefully it's there for everybody. The right one.
That's probably why there was nobody in the green room.
Well, Alan from the Hangover's there now, so the link is there. It's in the comments now.
It's got to see it. Yeah,
let me pin that one. They're all coming into the green room now. Thank God. I thought nobody wanted to come on for a second there. Hang on, I'll try and just give us 2 seconds, Dave. Just keep talking about what did you think about the actual, the second half? Because we should have been fired up, shouldn't we, to come out the second half after that decision went against us. We should have gone out and, gone at them.
Absolutely. I mean, I didn't watch it because I haven't got Sky, refused to pay for it, but that's another thing. I listened to it. I was on Radio Newcastle. The commentators on there were saying that we've got to come out fired up. We'll come out and we'll be better, because I thought in the first half, again, listening and what I've watched, Leicester were no big shakes in the first half. And, we all know that it was a definite dive, but it changed the game. I think the heads went down, which it shouldn't have done. They should have been playing better. I think we've got this lot because, we had 52% possession. We had more shots. We had more corners. And with that sort of stats, you should be at least getting a point or a win out of the game. We didn't do that. We came out the second half, our heads were down. We didn't look as though we're up for it. Certain players appeared, again, from what I've seen, what I heard on the radio, they were up for it. One or two were just running around like headless chickens, which is really, really frustrating because, yes, they're not the best team in the world. We know that, but they should be. Professional footballers should be up for it. They should say, "We can do this. Let's go out and do it." For some reason, it didn't happen. So I think tomorrow Thursday night will be a big tell as just to how much of a bounce we'll get after that.
What it's going to be, Dave, is hell on earth is what it's going to be. But here,
right.
The right link is now pinned in the comments.
Well
it's
done.
Pinned at the top. That is the right link. So get yourself clicked on, get yourself on the show. We've got 3 in the waiting room, 4 in the waiting room. I'll be bringing on shortly. Let's just go through a couple of comments. Caitlin, NUFC, see, we know our name now. I read people, how many goals we're going to ship on Thursday. Also, have you seen what Man City are doing to Leeds? Oh, yeah, I've heard about that. Lots of people tell me I've posted the wrong link. I do apologize. It's there. The right one is there now. These players don't seem to give a crap about whether we are a Premier League side next season. I'm honestly expecting to get smashed in our next 3 games. Lots of people saying they're trying to get on, but the link was wrong. Player heading in front of the defence. Shelby and Willock did not cover enough. Fernandez back in the team. Lots of people commenting about the defence.
Defence, we have one, do we?
Sean says, hi, Paul and Dave. Was great to hear from Warren Barton. Yeah, certainly was. Brilliant guy. Ab says, we can still stay up, given the teams around us are really struggling. January will be huge. Who we will buy will be, very important, I would imagine. Evening, Paul and His Royal Highness, Dave, the King of Northumberland.
How are you doing?
Jack down in Bristol, evening, Dave and Paul. Hope you're both well. If Lascelles starts Thursday, it could be a cricket score, in my opinion. Yeah. We currently have the second worst defence in the Premier League, minus 17 goal difference. The players don't seem to have any confidence whatsoever. Stephanie says, we need Fernandez. Don't know why he's not playing. And to be honest, he needs to be in that. Yeah, he does. And we need to sort that out. The club is bigger than any sort of rift or whatever. They need to sort that out.
As we said before, Paul, we don't know what's going on. We don't know what the issue is. We don't know what happened. But whatever it is, the club need to get it sorted because he needs to be in that side.
Yeah. Right, we got Dublin Magpie, Alex and Tom. Good evening, fellas.
Hi, chaps.
Evening.
Good evening, you all right?
How are you doing?
I'm doing, but I'm good.
Alex, we'll start with you. What did you think of that debacle on Sunday then?
Well, it was fine for an hour, ish, until just before the subs came on. Willock, again, a passenger. Lewis is all right, but again, he's fine, but you can't have somebody like ASM in front of him because he's not good enough yet to protect that position alone. Yeah. And Willock left centre mid can't cover wide for Lewis. There's a big hole in that. There's just a huge hole there. That's just it's always there. I don't think it's ASM's fault. He's just playing his game. If we had the right players there, it wouldn't be as much of a problem. So we were fine apart from the dive. And the actual second goal, people aren't talking about that. That was a corner for us. ASM won a corner, and the ref gave a goal kick. So when the goal kick came out from Schmeichel, we were all out of shape, and they went and scored goal number 2. And then it just deteriorated from there because we had to push up the pitch, and Lascelles and Shah couldn't handle not being babysat by an anchor, and just couldn't do anything.
It was shite, is what it was. Just to sum it up, it was shite. I've got a sore throat still from singing at Leicester on Sunday. We never stopped the whole bloody game, and you know, I've never known home fans be so quiet winning 4-0. I mean, the Leicester fans were shocking, by the way, and I know exactly why it sounds loud on the telly, because they've got the drum and the singing. Well, what I'll say is about 10 or 15 people singing right next to the commentary box, which is why it sounds so loud. We've gone worldwide again. We've got Roy joining us over in Qatar. We've got Cesare in South Africa. We'll come to you guys shortly. Tom, what did you make of Sunday?
Oh, I thought it was shocking. I don't know, just from the start, they didn't seem like they wanted it. They weren't really pressing as high as they could have done.
Yeah.
I don't know, a fatigued Leicester side, we should take it to them, and they kind of just sat there, and I don't know, it didn't seem like they wanted it, which I was surprised at, because the entire week leading up to it, everyone was positive, everyone was looking forward to the game, and then we get bent over 4-0. It's just, it was shocking.
Terrible. Yeah.
Caitlin,
honestly, the best streams are the streams with large and not so large. Much love, boys. Love the content. Thanks, Caitlin.
Thanks, Caitlin.
Davey Dublin Magpie, what were your thoughts on the Leicester debacle?
Aggravating as fuck, but at the start of it, you could see we were for some reason it looked like they were trying to play the possession game, right? And they were just passing across the pitch, across the midfield, like to each other, and they weren't going forward. They weren't trying to do any runs, and there was no end product. And then you had, as Alex said, the big hole in the defence that John Sinclair couldn't fill. Like, looking, like it was just a mess. Like I thought they tried. Maxi just was pissing me off not passing it, and like I think you even picked it out where you were saying that Lewis was standing still beside him, clear with no players there, ready to cross the ball in, and he wouldn't pass. He tried to take on the 2 players and lost it.
Yeah. It's not right. Paul says, what's your thoughts on Mike Riley being the ref for Thursday? He's from the Wirral, which is in Merseyside. How can this happen? Well, it's not Mike Riley for a start, Paul. It's actually Mike Dean. Mike Riley, I think, would struggle to run up and down a pitch these days, given that he's about 195 years old. But Mike Dean, I mean, we all know what Mike Dean's like. If he's not centre stage during the match, you're guaranteed that Salah will fall over his toenail or something, and they'll get a fucking penalty for it. But that's just the way it is. Right, how are you doing?
Okay. How you doing, lads? How you doing, mate?
Yeah, not too bad. Nice hat, I have to say.
Not too bad, isn't it?
Did you see the Leicester game?
Yeah, disappointing and frustrating. The first 30 minutes, Leicester did nothing, and I would have thought this game could go for hours, and Leicester would never score.
We were in the game in the first half. After we did play okay in the first half. Not great, but we were okay.
Yeah, I thought at moments we were better than them, and suddenly penalty out of nowhere. I think it was a dodgy pass by Shelby. He sent it backwards.
Yeah. Hang on, let's not blame Shelby. He got a hospital ball off Lascelles, by the way. Lascelles should never have given the ball in the first place. To be honest, he should have got it up the pitch. But that's why we're all complaining about bloody Lascelles at the minute, because he's just not switched on enough during the game. Cesare, how's the shark wrestling?
It's going well. I'm just gonna pretend that I actually do wrestle sharks because
I'm disappointed you haven't got your muscle vest on, your wrestling vest again. But
I actually had one on, and I went to go change it now when you were complaining about nobody being on the picture.
Fair enough. Did you see the game Sunday?
Oh God, I actually watched it twice.
Twice?
Why
would you do that?
Brave. See,
That's 8 goals.
I wanted to be
Yeah,
sure.
exactly.
I wanted to be absolutely sure about like what I found
Jesus.
was actually wrong with the team, and there were too many holes. Shea is looking bad because he's covering for Lascelles. Joe Linton, although he looked good,
100%.
he's covering for Willock and Saint-Maximin who won't pass. Our left back, Lewis, could have done better had he gotten some ball from Saint-Maximin. It was just absolute travesty. I can't believe it.
Now, obviously, one of the big talking points, apart from who's gone off there, Tom, yeah, he's got a dodgy connection. Just one of the big points that came out of the game was obviously, apart from Lascelles, was Mr. Saint-Maximin. Alex, I'll start with you. You know, it's frustrating, and you know, being in the away end on Sunday was the first time that I've actually heard fans start to get annoyed with him because he's trying to take on all. He's just not playing as a team player.
It's a tricky one. I personally, from what I saw, I'm not as angry at ASM at all for any of this. I understand the dribbling, and we always want that pass to come 2 or 3 sort of sections earlier than it ever does, or the cross.
Yeah, but the pass never comes, Alex. That's the problem. It never comes. He loses
but if
the ball.
If you pay attention to what's in the box, I think there was a chance later on when he did a little 1-2, and somebody I think it might have been Murphy late on, flashed it across the 6-yard box, and there was not a soul in the box, not even one shirt. So there's often quite there's not a lot for him to pass to. If he doesn't find Wilson's first run, it's offside, so he can't play it. And it often ends up just going back to Shelvey at the D when he has the long shot. We see that like 5 times a game at the moment. I get that. And Murphy looks good when he comes on because late game, the instruction is pile the box. And then Murphy always gets 3 or 4 crosses on as a sub. It looks like, oh, maybe this is the answer. But I understand he needs a bit more, but there's not a lot with him. There's not often a lot with him, and there's a lot of pressure for him to keep the ball because of that hole behind him as well. And I think he's been told, try not to lose the ball, and he's being overly careful. I don't think he's the issue right now. I think we should take the pressure off him, let him play his game, let him improve. He'll iron those little mistakes out. He'll get more crosses. He'll pass at the right time. It's behind him that's the issue right now. It's that Willock cover hole that's not happening. And Lewis, it's not his fault. He's young. He'll get better. But it just doesn't work. It's not, too much pressure on ASM at the moment.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Alex, because that's exactly what John Anderson said. No, he is not. Be kind.
He's not. I disagree. Okay. I'm allowed to disagree.
You are. But look, John Anderson did say, right, he said there's nobody in the box about 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, I know, but you've got to think, by the time Murphy came on and put those balls in, we were 4-0 down, and we were just they'd given up. There was no effort there anyway.
Wasn't Murphy Murphy was the 60-minute sub at 2-0 down, was he not?
I'd switched off by then, Alex. You know, we were getting hammered. You know, we were just dancing in the stands, just passing time away. Listen, I know what you mean. You know, genuinely, I do. I think what we have to be careful of with Saint-Maximin is that I think a lot of the problems have stemmed from what Steve Bruce got him to do. You know, Steve Bruce, as Warren Barton said on that last show there, just give him the ball and let him run with it. You know, and there was he's got nobody there with him. It's having to try and convert him back into a team player where he can lay that ball off and just lay it off to Lewis to cross or lay it off to Joe Linton. You know, he's got to trust the players around him because it'll come to a start where those players that he doesn't trust don't start trusting him either, and that causes a bigger issue.
You're right, 100%. He needs to improve, but he's not making the holes, and we're being cut. The places where we're being cut open and conceding penalties and goals.
It's defense.
And it's not him that's causing that. Yeah, he is a problem. He needs to improve, 100%. But he is somehow people like Willock are going completely under the radar when they are playing as a box-to-box midfielder and not winning the ball back ever. not linking.
Oh, don't worry, we'll
play.
come on to him, Alex.
They're completely somehow void of criticism.
No, he's not.
And
he's not with us.
I don't understand it.
We'll get. Don't worry, you'll get your say on Willock. We'll come on to him.
Tom,
what's your thoughts on ASM? I think we've lost Tom again. Yeah, he's gone.
No, is he back?
Yep.
You're there, Tom.
Dublin Dave.
What? Are we?
I'm all right, mate. You know, have you been listening, or have you been watching dodgy text messages again?
No, I've been listening. I just had it muted because I thought.
What do you think of Maximin at the minute?
He needs to shape up, or else ship out, because if he's not willing to put the effort in and be a team player and make the passes, or if he is going to run across the opposing defence, wait till the player's running in and do a little quick diagonal, slice pass through the two defenders or something like that. Put it to fucking use. We need to start seeing some final product. It's all you can run. We had players in the past that all they were paced. Remember Obertan? All he could do was run. But all he could do was run straight in a straight line, and you might get a cross in.
I mean, Alex, going on to what you were saying about Willock, Music of Magpie said there, will Howe convert Joe Linton into a centre midfielder? Now, what I was seeing and what I've seen in the last couple of games is Joe Linton doing Willock's job, basically coming back, winning the ball, and playing it to the flair players who aren't very flairish at the minute, it has to say. But that's for me what Joe Linton's good at. When the pressure's off, he's not expected to score. When he's got the likes of Saint-Maximin, he's got Alma on there, and he's got Wilson. He's not expected to do the job he was doing when he was number 9. So coming back and helping out, but he's doing Willock's job, isn't he?
Well, Willock's only ever known sitting in the 10, so he wants to be up where what Joe Linton's doing, and he's being told to do a different role, and he's not. Again, I think he's really young. He'll be fine. He'll be a good player. He's out of form, low on confidence. He had that toe issue. He's not really hit any form since then. He's just in the wrong position. He's being asked to, Leicester. People were saying that they were tired. Ndidi started, didn't play against Napoli. Samari came on, one of the best midfielders in Europe last season, didn't play against Napoli. Tielemans has scored the FA Cup final. He's amazing. They had a fresh midfield. Granted, some of them had to drop back because of injuries to Evans, but they had a really good spine that were fresh and some of the best in the country. And for the first hour, we didn't do terrible at keeping hold. Considering it's last season, if that was Shelvey next to somebody against that, we'd have gone absolutely murdered in the first 50 minutes. So they did reasonable in the context of the situation, but Willock just couldn't. He can't win aerial duels. Again, the final 30 minutes of every match he's played in the lot since Howe's come in, he's just lost his legs in the final half an hour.
Fit.
Not at all.
He doesn't look fit. He actually looks a bit overweight, to be honest. He looks like he's carrying. Roy, what's your thoughts on Willock?
I don't know. Is he like another Adebayo or something? As soon as you sign him, he's lost it. On loan, he's on fire.
Too many studies.
Yeah, has he been bruised?
Kennedy, isn't it, all over again?
No, absolutely no idea. Or was he lucky last year? Sometimes I just think he was lucky because some of the goals were just tap-ins and no idea.
Maybe so, but you look at the goal he scored against Leicester away last season when he worked his arse off to dispossess. I think it was what's that useless long-haired piece of crap that plays
the
for
Turkish
Leicester?
guy.
That's the one.
Turkish lad.
He won the ball off him and he went on and scored. We haven't seen any of that. Cesare, is there any? Would you convert Joe Linton?
I would definitely convert Joe Linton. Look, he's been sort of doing that role anyway. Whenever he's covering in that hole. But on to Joe Willock. With Willock, I think I agree. When he was most effective, he was making those late runs into the box from a number 10 position, and we don't see that from him anymore. I saw in the last game he was doing it like once or twice, but he is a bit too deep and is ineffectual there.
Yeah. Andrew, good evening. First time, I believe, on this fan forum. So
Andrew.
welcome, mate.
Been watching a while, just I've never came on. Sorry, mate.
That's all right. I take it that's your comment there.
Yeah.
Would you not also maybe take Maxi out?
I personally would. I mean, I don't know whether you've seen any of my comments this season. It's more at times when he's deep with the ball, when he loses the ball and he puts her under pressure. He's not the only problem we have. The defensively is the problem, but he piles pressure and pressure. And it's at important times when we're 0-0 or 1-0. You know, earlier on in the season, I remember a game he gave the ball away 3 times and we conceded 2 goals, and Darlow had to make a great save as well. That was in like 6 minutes. He's got to learn to. He's got to learn to trust his teammates. Unfortunately, he's not as good as he thinks he is.
See, did I just hear Michael Jackson there?
Yeah, that was my phone.
You knew Michael Jackson from like 3 beats.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I'm a musical genius. What can I say? Listen, what I was thinking was maybe, you know, at Liverpool, I think Tom's got the worst internet connection. Does he live in Bristol by any chance? With Thursday night, I would maybe take Almiron out. I would maybe take ASM out as well. I'd take Willock out as well. I would put Joe Linton in midfield. I would have a 3-man midfield of Hayden, Joe Linton, and Shelvey. And I would play a front 3 of Fraser on one side, Murphy on the other, and Callum Wilson up front. Play a 4-3-3, pack the midfield with the 3 players, and then see how we do. Because, like I've said on many shows before this, I hate the thought of saying, oh, it's a free hit. But come on, if we're all openly honest, I mean, Dave Harrison, if we're openly honest, we're going to get beat. It's going to be a defeat. But try these players and see what maybe they can do.
Got to give it a go. I mean, the daft part about it is, as we've said so many times, I mean, we've supported the team for more years than we both care to remember. We all thought...
I'm not that old, Harrison. I'm nowhere near you.
Yeah, well, you know...
I know you started following before the war, but I didn't.
Yeah, it was the Boer War, so it wasn't too bad. But no, but seriously, we thought we'd get something at the weekend, and we got absolutely pummeled. We think we're going to get pummeled tomorrow. We're definitely have to go like last year. We're got to draw there, you know. So you never know. But having said that, Liverpool this year are not the team they were last year. They're playing really, really well, and you know, a bit like City, who are now 4-0 up, are scoring goals for fun, and we're letting them in for fun. So yeah, it could be an absolute bloody embarrassment, you know. But we just got to hope the hell that. But you're right. I mean, this is the game when, and I don't like the term free hits like you. This is the game where you've got to see it. We've got to try something new, and you never know, it might just work. And if we see something out of those changes that you've mentioned, some will agree with the personnel, but I totally agree with what you're saying. If we see something out of that, and we have a better overall game, it might then, you know, until, you know, new players are brought in January, it might be the thing we'll go forward with and start winning a few games, or at least getting some results, you know.
Yeah. I mean, Abs has said there, if we play 3-4-3, I think we can surprise Liverpool by only losing by the odd goal.
Well,
I want what she's drinking.
Yes, I'll have a pint, please. Thank you.
Should Howe give youngsters a chance with our first team underperforming? Alex?
I don't think we've got any good enough youngsters at the moment, have we?
Well,
they're promising and they're doing well in their own respective leagues, but in comparison, I don't know. I think I think we need to stick with what we've got. At the end of the day, we've still got people like Hayden, who's been unused and untouched by Howe so far. I mean, I'm not sure why. Possibly ball control and things like that aren't quite the same as Willock's. I don't know about the youth. I feel like we just need a full overhaul of the academy, and it's hopefully some of these lads will do the business. They might get a bit of a chance in the FA Cup coming up instead of some of the older lads. Because if we lose, I mean, it'd be nice to go on a run, but it means we'd have more players fresh for the league. So I think we just need a bit of luck at the end of the day. We're not getting it. People are saying we got smashed, but we haven't got any luck. You know, Schmeichel saving the ball off the line, the penalty. There's a lot of things that only went Leicester's way. It wasn't really anything that went our way luck-wise. So
well,
if we can get a bit of that
Leicester's way as well, let's face it.
Well, exactly. If we can get any of that against Liverpool, and I agree with your lineup, Murphy and Fraser, keep it simple, keep it tight, balls in the box. maybe we can get scrappy, 1 or 2 goals, somehow nick a point. Better than nothing.
You never know.
So
You never know. Well, when Liverpool concede goals, when they do, I think they look a bit ropey at times. But I mean, obviously it's the other end that are going to bother us. Dan says, Burnley fan here. Do you think Burnley are going down? Does anybody want to answer that question?
Depends on our form, really, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Burnley are going down, mate. I don't think they'll stay up. I think personally it's between. I look at sort of Watford, Burnley, us, Norwich,
Leeds.
possibly Southampton, possibly Leeds. Listen, it's just good that the teams around us are still losing as well, because it doesn't cut us adrift that we've all been worried about, and that's been the main thing.
Crystal Palace as well.
Yeah, Palace. We should be realistic and start planning for the championship. Then it's a bonus if we stay up. Might take the pressure off the players because their confidence must be at ground zero. Ab says it doesn't make sense not to play Fernandes, given he played the other week. The Fernandes thing is doing my head in, Roy. I mean, it really is.
Yeah, man of the match, and then suddenly the next game he's not there. No idea what's happening. Maybe it's got something to do with Graham Jones as well.
Well, that's the rumour that he's got a rift with Jones.
Yeah, but I'll play him next game.
That shouldn't be a team issue.
Yeah, I'll go 3 at the back in the next game for sure. 3. You can't play 3-4-3, so you'll have to go 3-5-1-1, kind of. If that exists, or 3-6-1.
3-5-1-1 would be a very interesting formation.
That's 3-5-2, but.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Joe Linton's doing.
Would you play Gale up front for this game with Callum Wilson plays it too? I mean, the options are there, but it's where we are going to lose the game is defense. I mean, how do we improve that, Cesare? How do we improve that defense?
Well, firstly, when it comes to whatever it is, like I said, we don't know what's going on with Fernandes, but quite frankly, I don't care. Whatever's going on can't be more important than fixing our defense at the moment. We get him back in. We need to stop playing out from the back. We can't do that. We don't have the personnel to do that. We've got to stop dilly-dallying at the back as well. That would be a start.
Yeah. David Randall, you have had a serious Sinclair moment with this comment, by the way. What about trying to get Phil Jones on loan till the end of the season? Cheeky bid for Johnny Evans.
Thank you.
Rumours are Smalling isn't happy. Bring in Trippier. They're all better than what we have. Seriously? Phil Jones is better than what we have?
No,
Jones,
no.
David, as I like to say to everybody watching my shows, when you come in with such a fantastic comment, what you need to do now, David, is take yourself up the stairs, into the bathroom, look in the mirror, then take your face for a shit because you've had a nightmare with that one, mate. You've had an absolute nightmare. Never mind. Tom says Mike Dean is a massive Tranmere fan. Not good.
Not Liverpool.
Stone Cold says, how we'll give... How we'll give Clark a selection at some point. They all feel sorry for him.
Mike Dean is a Mike Dean fan.
Yeah. God almighty. We're in trouble with Mike Dean, I'm telling you. Lascelles passed to Shelvey when he was in the middle of about 4 players. The only option he had was to return it. Yeah, it was. And I think, Warren Barton even pointed that out in the last show there. Just clear the ball. Just get rid.
Yeah, Rosed's the place for it.
Yeah. I mean, Andrew, what's your thoughts on Lascelles at the minute? Andrew?
Oh, sorry, mate. I don't know who it was. Lascelles.
Just about Lascelles, yeah. I mean, does he stay in the team or does he,
No.
Because we've had this argument about him being, just because he's captain, he doesn't deserve to be in the side if he's not playing very well. It shouldn't matter if he's captain, should it?
No, it shouldn't. And a captain can be a captain when he's not in the first 11 as well. I mean, you look at the captains from gone by. Steven Gerrard didn't have to be on the pitch for Liverpool to impact. Look at Thiago Silva, Chelsea in the Champions League final. I know that obviously we're comparing them against legends of the game, but captains have got to lead by an example. And when you're selling your midfielders down the road by playing balls into them because you can't play an 8-yard pass, he's just not good enough for this league, mate. He might be a great guy and everything, can talk well in the dressing room, but for me, he's never has been good enough to play in the Premier League.
I agree. I mean, I thought he played decent for Rafa, but he's gone downhill. He hasn't taken his chance from me. Stone Cold also says, do you think Jones's influence affects Howe's management and team selections? He should have gone along with a cabbage.
Great.
What do you reckon, Dublin Magpie?
If it's true that like it's because of him and Fernandez, he should go. But like, yeah, like like the problems cannot be bigger than the club. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The club has to come first. I understand, like, if the rumors, you know, the wife thing. Now, I don't think that's true. But if the wife thing is true, go out, have a fucking stride or sort it out, whatever. I don't know, but fucking get on with it, move on. But yeah, I think like if he's upsetting the wagon, they should go. Any of them, even the players. Like if any player starts upsetting the wagon, ship them off.
Yeah, Cesare, what do you think?
Sorry, about what? I was reading the comments.
Just about
Fernandez.
Fernandez.
Oh, well, look, I still don't know what's going on in the background, and it shouldn't really matter. He just needs to be in the side. He is probably the best captain of the backline we have. He even makes Shea look good.
Yeah, I think, well, Fabian Schär definitely prefers playing next to Fernandez. We saw that, Dave, against Norwich, didn't we?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
Not only does he look as though he enjoys playing next to them, they actually look good together in the fact that they almost knew where they'd be all the time, which is something I said the other day, that you should be able to flick the ball with the outside of your foot without looking, because you know that's where that player will be. They too seem to do that, and that we're not seeing that for a while.
Caitlin says we need Dele Alli, Kieran Trippier, and Connor Cody, even though he's signing for Norwich for £6.10 for starting Jack. You're funny, Caitlin. You're really funny.
Very good.
The only one out of them I wouldn't be sure about would be Dele Alli. I don't like his attitude.
But he's better than what we've got. That's the thing. He's better
Get him
than
on
what
loan.
we've got. Get him on a loan deal, yeah. Don't
rather
sign
have
him
Lingard,
until
though.
he can prove himself. Yes.
Something to prove.
Yeah. I mean, Lingard would be a great signing, Alex.
Yeah, massively. We need somebody like that because he can actually like string together some passes, has a bit of intelligence. He can play triangles. He can score everything that Almiron at the moment cannot do, and Lingard could slot in that position. So Lingard can play cam. He can play left wing, right wing. He could probably shadow strike. He can play everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
He's what, 27, 28 international caps. Why not? Absolutely, why not?
Yeah. Stephanie says Willock seems to be like a different player this season. I was expecting a lot more from him when he was signed. A lot of us were.
Yeah.
Roy, Miggy Almiron, you know, how many chances are we going to give the kid?
Well, I think he's like a lost soul. Don't know what to do with him. I'll drop him next game anyway for sure, and use another centre back. So I'll keep Lascelles on, but we'll have Fernandez on as well. So 3 at the back. The one I'll drop
the 3
is
centre backs.
Yeah, I'll drop Almiron for that one, and I'll keep the rest of the lads. Don't put Richie on. So don't drop Almiron and put Richie on. So drop Almiron, get Fernandez, but keep Richie out and start with Lewis and keep Manquillo on the right. If you don't want to play Manquillo, then I wouldn't actually play Manquillo as well. I'll play Murphy. I'll start with Murphy or Fraser on the right side.
Brian, I mean,
that's funny.
Watching all of us makes him think of the Hatton Garden mob. Thanks very much. You twat. Andrew, what's your thoughts on Miggy? Is there a chance that he'll ever be a Premier League player, or do you think it's just too difficult for him? I mean, with physicality and things like that.
I think the advantages that you get from him are because of the lack of his physical presence. You know, he can turn somebody very quickly. He's got a sharp turn of pace. The problem that he has is either he plays in the wrong position, he's on the right hand side and has to stop and then come back into play, and his link up play is non-existent because he's not the greatest technical footballer when it comes to passing the football.
Yeah. So
could he play in is he Premier League quality? I think yes, in the right team when he's not depended on for numbers going forward, i.e. assists. he's just going to be a workhorse, then yes, I'm sure he could do someone a job. But I think if we're going to get out of this, we need to get some better players in his position. So sadly, unfortunately, I think his time's probably going to be shortened at Newcastle.
Yeah, fair enough. Chelsea, what do you reckon?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think a month ago when you asked me this question, I said we need to give him a chance. I think he's got a chance. I don't think he's set up for this league at the moment. I mean, he works hard and I love him, but we're not getting anything out of him moving forward.
Yeah. Speaking of people that support rubbish football teams, Annie, how are you doing?
Yanni.
Honestly, I've been on here 1 second, and he's already just.
Well, you know, it's what we do. You know, you know we love you, Annie. So you know, it's just. But it's.
Well, he's got a man's mustache now, so he has to be talked to like a man.
Oh, yeah.
Very true. Annie, listen. I mean, given the plight we're in, we have to take the pee out of another football team. But you know,
that's all we've got left.
How did you guys get on last game?
We got a last-minute equaliser away at Hull.
Good.
I would have taken that before the game, but yeah.
Fair enough.
Where are you in the league now, Annie?
We are 18th.
Oh.
We're 10 points above the relegation zone. We're 10 points above. 10 points.
Oh, well.
Fair enough.
You're still closer to Sunderland than we are.
That's true.
You are
Paul, I have got one thing about Miggy that nobody mentions before you move on.
All right, Alex. Okay, but please don't say. Please don't say. Well, he runs around a lot. Please don't say that.
I promise you, I'm not going to say that. He gets a lot of sympathy because people call him a young player. People seem to forget he's 27. I think
he's not a kid anymore.
Yeah, nobody seems to mention that because when he came to us, he was just about to turn 25, I think. So he's not. His physicals and he's not going to get any quicker or any. It's only going to go down from here. And if this is his ceiling technically, then he's not young. So everybody forgets to mention his age. He's not part of that. You know, Joe Linton's still 25. So, but Miggy's no spring chicken. So.
Well, Joe Linton doesn't need to beef up anymore because that guy is a unit. It's just nice that he's actually starting to put that weight about. You know, knocking players off the ball, trying to win headers. You know, I'll not say too much because Ginger shouts at me when I praise Joe Linton, but he got, you know, I mean, you know, he's getting stuck in now, which is what we want to see. Caitlin says Ali would be a good signing for us. He can score a goal from midfield, unlike most of ours. That's a good point. Joe Linton seems to be the guy leading the press. Rest of the team need to switch on mentally and press with him. That's a good point. He does a lot of running, Roy.
Yeah, it does. If you remember, like, what was it, 5 weeks ago, I said the play, I think, how Eddie Howe might change was Joe Linton. It worked, and he's got him in the right place. I think he used him as a box-to-box midfielder, starts all the attacking options from there. So have somebody in front of him who's a number 10 and have him just in front of Shelby and Willock. So that's probably the best, like a trio midfield. Then you got two wingers. So I think Eddie Howe's cracked it. He knows where his position is.
What did you guys think about the pressing in the first 10 minutes? Because what I saw, sorry, that was the most we've pressed this season. I mean,
it was good.
We did it as a unit. We even saw Callum Wilson winning a ball off one of their centre backs, and he couldn't have done that alone like he was doing for the rest of the game.
I agree. You know, I honestly thought when I went into that ground, I mean, you know, sitting there before kickoff, and you're really optimistic because of what happened against Burnley. You saw Leicester lose to Villa in the last Premier League game. You then saw them get beat in Europe and get knocked out of that competition. I know they've gone into the lesser known one out of the whole three of them. Even Brendan Rodgers didn't know what it was. So, you know, they had the disappointment of that as well. And I just thought, this is probably the best time to play Leicester away than we're going to get, you know, after the week they've had. And it just never materialized. The first 10 minutes we did press and it looked like, oh, you know, this is going to be good. We're not letting them have the ball. But for some reason, I mean, I don't want to harp back to Steve Bruce's days, but that's what we used to do under him. A good first 10 minutes and then we go to pieces. I know we didn't quite go to pieces in the first half, but it just felt a bit like that. And Eddie Howe faces a massive job for the next few games because until the window opens, he's not going to be able to bring players in, Andrew, and he's stuck with Brucey's players.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. Going back to the lad's point there about Joe Linton, the press does come from Joe Linton, and I think he's aggressive with it as well, which is the big difference. You know, he gets near his player and he puts his foot. He makes an attempt to actually win the ball, whereas before we were pressing, running, then stopping. I think you've got to let the player know that if you're going to stop, I'm going to try and tackle you. Otherwise, they'll just stop and dummy you. Or he is stuck with Bruce's players, but I think that goes back to how many of these players were at the Championship as well. The recruitment for years has not been great. Yeah. We've spent heavy on a couple of players and then really neglected real weaknesses, which were wing back, centre forward, and centre half. Yes, we've got Wilson in. But again, how many times did we talk about Wilson last season? If you got injured, where were goals coming from?
Yeah, absolutely right. And Paul Andrew is absolutely right, because it's I said the other day, it's the 14 years of Ashley, the 2.5 years of Bruce. I'm now coming back to bite with big time, because Andrew was absolutely right. We've had no investment for 14 years. We've only bought effectively, like when we bought. What's his face from Arsenal? You know what I make on names that come to us in a minute. That's him. Thank you. See, getting old. Yes. Thank you. But yeah, he bought that probably just to shut the fans up. It was an easy way, buy to make. Just buy them all. They'll be all right for kids. It's like buying kids sweets. Give them sweets, it'll shut them up, And we haven't had a proper investment for years. And Andrew's dead right. Eddie Howe and his team have got the same players, many of which were bought in the Championship. A lot of people complain about Clark. He was brought to do a job in the Championship and did a damn good job in the Championship, and has played some good games in the Premiership. He's, he hasn't. And obviously, the send-off was really angered. A lot of people, myself included. Used to be a really good player. Is there a player still in there? Probably not. But we haven't got the depth, as I said. It was earlier on, that we haven't got the depth in the squad to swap around. We've got about 14 players that would just about say as our first team. We haven't got 19 that City have got, and the 19 or 20 that Liverpool have got. We've got way less than that, So you're absolutely right, man. Andrew. You're absolutely spot on.
Michael's going on about this foot injury. Jones mentioned it against Watford. Still taking injections. Now, if that's the case, and he's performing like that, why is he in the starting 11?
Shouldn't be in the side. We used to criticise Bruce heavily for that. For it's only a broken leg. Run it off, you'll be fine soon.
Yeah, that can't be true now, because he will have been reassessed by the new staff. So that
I would have thought that as well.
Can't be true, surely.
So. Yeah, no, I don't know. He can't be. He just does not look. He doesn't look fit. He doesn't look fit when he's running around. He but what gets me is he doesn't look interested either, and that's the worst thing about it.
Yeah.
Sunday, his body language was abysmal. I've got no other words for it.
But the he's
got 9 more of them.
He's not emotionally invested into the club, I don't think. I think he feels as if we were lucky because he was getting begged outside the ground for sign forward, and he's thinking he's done us a favour signing forward. And all right, if we get relegated, someone else will take us, because he would add all the offers. He was highly thought of especially during that period. But you're seeing a different side of that player now. I think hopefully he turns it around. Let's all hope he does. But from his demeanour, it's not looking likely.
Do we think he was playing that well that last part of the season last year because his heart was at Arsenal, and he wanted to show Arteta and them just how good he is? And he'll bring him back, and he'll be a star in the Arsenal side, because when we played Arsenal the other week, he was almost anonymous the whole game, and you would have thought he would have been putting the proverbial 2 fingers up, saying, "Here, you've lost me, son. I'm a great player, and I'll prove it." But he's not done that. Something's not right. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. It's his nickname.
It shows a bit of a lack of character as well, doesn't it?
Yeah. What was that, mate? He's what?
Almost
anonymous. A little bit of a lack of character.
Almost anonymous. Yeah.
Yano doesn't agree with my team selection. I'm going off by the. Thank the Lord, I'm not picking the team. Well, fair enough. We all have opinions.
We all have them.
Knowing the Toon, we will beat Liverpool and lose and lose to the rest in December. Yeah. Stephanie says, I'll show my ass in Phoenix window if we beat Liverpool.
Come on, Toon.
Stephanie, people have made that mistake many times on this fan forum by saying they will show asses in Phoenix window, and it comes down to the crunch where they don't, they lose the bet and they still bottle it. So we'll hold you to that, Stephanie. And if we do beat Liverpool, I will send the shark. I'll actually pay for Cesare to come over, the shark wrestler, wrestle you into Phoenix window, and we'll all stand there outside. All the Toon Review subscribers, nearly 7,000 of us, watching you bay our arse in Phoenix window.
We'll be gentlemen and look the other way.
Don't win now.
That's what we'll do.
Picks or it didn't happen.
Yeah.
By the way, everybody, Paul.
My wife might be watching this, so I'll not comment.
6-0 City leads.
Sorry, 7-0. 7-0.
It's 7 now, is it?
It's not, is it?
7-0.
How long's left in that? Can't be long left.
20
minutes. 20 minutes. 78 minutes. Yes, 20 minutes.
Warming up nicely for us.
Yeah, they are.
They'll be so tired and sick of scoring goals when we play them. They'll not bother.
I know. What did you say there, Annie?
They're warming up nicely for us, aren't they?
Nathan Ake scored. Jesus, how shit a Norwich, man. Jesus, wet man. Gordon Bennett. Well, I know that, but, they've still got to play us in a couple of games' time. Julie says, Paul, you leave our Dave alone. It's okay, Dave. Sending you virtual hugs.
Thanks, Julie.
Oh, yeah, here we go again.
Tom
hugs? Says, going to fix my Wi-Fi and charge my phone. Yeah, right. No bother, matey. We've got the mustache man coming in. Archer, what is going on with your hair?
What?
Champions League!
Yeah, Archer's Champions League comment certainly didn't get used in the car coming home on Sunday, mate, did it? How are you doing?
Married.
How do you think the game's going to go on Thursday? Are you confident we can get something?
Need chance, Paul. No, not after that performance against Leicester.
Yeah.
I thought you were getting Champions League.
Oh, Annie. Listen, you're stirring the beast up. Have you seen Archer's bloody interviews after games?
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
In the rain and the snow.
Yeah, he doesn't handle getting beat very easily.
Well, yeah.
Oh, Dave, will you stop kissing Julie's arse? Bless you, Julie. Just because you're in,
her and Dave look
she sticks up for you due to the fact that you've got arthritis, your back's knackered, you can't do it. You're sitting in the wrong chair for a start again tonight. Wooden chairs do nothing for your arthritis.
You're talking about Lascelles or Dave?
Oh, you know what it is, Alex? I'm going to decline to comment because if I comment, I'll get hammered.
You'll get Julie have a go at you. I'm just looking at the comments coming through on the iPads. No doubt she'll come back.
Heard a rumour he's come off social media today.
2 seconds on. Even my own fiance is doing it. Hope you get well soon, Dave.
Thanks, Susie.
Jesus, wept. Go on, Andrew.
I heard a rumour that he'd come off certain platforms of social media today. Jamal
he has. I believe his mum has as well. Listen, I did a video earlier on today and I spoke about it, right? And all I said was, you don't cross the line between, giving normal criticism and sort of threatening people with.
It's not acceptable.
Because footballers. I mean, I called him a donkey, and somebody picked me up on my, commented on that video saying, "Oh, well, you're calling them a donkey. That's abuse." No, it's not. Footballers have been called donkeys for years and years and years when they don't play very well. But when you're racist, homophobic, or you're threatening with injury or threatening their lives, that's abuse, right?
Yeah.
As a footballer, the thousands of pounds you get paid, and you cry off because you get called a donkey or a fanny. Give over. I mean, that's not abuse in my eyes. It might be with him. I don't know.
Paul, fannies are useful.
Oh God!
God help if he ever gets married if he just like been insulted or badgered all the time.
Well,
exactly.
That's true.
Exactly.
I think the one thing I would say about whatever abuse he has got, and it's you're right, it's abhorrent, but I thought we were better than that. I mean, we as a fan base have criticised and we've called out bad players, but not to the. I mean, I haven't seen it, but to the level you're supposed to have got. It's not acceptable, guys. It really isn't acceptable.
It's not.
What Paul said in your video. the media love to jump on us if we say anything out of line. So we've got to be careful.
Yeah.
You just don't cross that line. You know, there's a line that should never be crossed. You know, you don't threaten somebody. You don't abuse them for their skin color. You don't abuse them for their sexual orientation. You know, we all just get along. But calling him, you know, saying, oh, he was a donkey on Sunday, that's not abuse. You know, people have to. This world is turning so PC at the minute. It is becoming unbelievable. Yes. But never mind. Anyway, let's have a look. Stephen says, for the good of the team, this Fernandez situation needs to be sorted out. Annie, what do you think from a sort of, you know, I was going to call you an alien, but I'll you know, an alien fan, but I'll call you know, a different fan. You know, what do you think? I mean, you've seen Fernandez play. You know how good he is. What do you think? What do you think?
I just think you need to find a partnership, whether that's Lascelles and Shaw, whether that's Shaw and Fernandez, whoever it is. I need to stick with it, because if you constantly chop and change it, it's going to cause disruption within the whole team, and that's to be. And if you're going to stay up there, you need consistency, really. So I don't think chopping and changing every single match. Shaw,
he's not wrong.
Lascelles, and
Paul and Dave said the same.
Will help. Will help the team.
And Dave was saying that about. What did you say, Dave? You think you said. Was it that Shaw was reading Fernandez's game and vice versa? Was it said that?
Yeah.
And that's because they've played a lot of minutes together for 5-6 years now, and we don't have that sort of understanding with any of the other centre backs. It's only that I've only seen it with those two at the moment.
Yeah. And you're right, and I think that's one of the things that frustrates me about other players on the pitch. You know, in the main, they've played for 2 years. We've only brought Willock in the last sort of 18 months. They should know where they all are. You should be able to do that outside of the foot flick, thinking, well, I know so and so will be on that winger and just flick the ball and run onto it. Which, you know, the team certainly the entertainers. You know, talked about Warren Barton before, and he would say you could kick a ball into space knowing somebody was going to be running onto it. We've never done that. They get the ball, they stop, they have a look around. Right, what do I do? Where is you? Oh, too late. I've been tackled. It's not acceptable, and that's what's letting go down.
Yeah.
Julie
Dave,
says,
sorry to cut you short. I've got to jump off, guys. I'm starting work early. It's like 11:45 on my side.
Chesley, that's disgraceful. You should be taking time off work to be on this show. I'm only kidding, man. Enjoy your shark wrestling.
You take care, buddy.
Cheers, guys.
See you next time, matey. Take care, brother.
See you, Chesley. What are you doing?
Top lad is Chesley. Tom's back with us. I don't know for how long for, but he's there. Julie Baker says a good idea for merchandise would be his T-shirt slogan, take your face for a shit. You never know. There will be stuff coming shortly. Also, membership to the channel will be starting this week as well if you want to become a member, but I'll keep you posted on that. If you are enjoying the show, please do hit the like button for me, and if you're new to the channel and you like what you see, do consider subscribing as well. Lots of stuff coming up on here. We've got obviously the match preview with me and the old man tomorrow, and then obviously match reaction. Now, I don't know whether I'm going to do a match reaction straight after the game in Liverpool because I tend to lose my temper.
No, never.
Well, heart on your sleeve stuff. Somebody made a comment on that video, you know, me 2-minute rant, and actually said, "Oh, so much for not swearing anymore." Well, I'm sorry, but you come out and watch that game straight after the game. I'm sorry, it's pure passion, heart on your sleeve.
Absolutely.
What am I going to do? Oh, we didn't play very well today. I was very upset with the midfield. We didn't defend very well, and we gave silly girls away. I'm not going to do that. Jesus Christ.
The thing is, Paul, everybody else was doing exactly the same thing, just you had the courage to put it on YouTube.
Well,
you can guarantee everybody else was saying exactly the same thing.
I mean,
I'll be honest, I try not to swear if I'm on, and I couldn't resist it on NFTV on Sunday. I'll be honest.
Exactly, mate. You can't. There's certain videos where you're just gonna have to let loose because it's a way of getting it off your chest. You can't just stand there and. I mean, granted, I think I scared a lot of the Leicester fans that walked past us at the time of filming, but hey, you know, it's just the way it is. Tom says we're going to get smashed 7-0. Amazing, or whatever that. Using it here, Paul. Hope you're well. Geordie says 5-0. 5-0 City, that's a long time ago. If it's 7-0 now, I'm way behind again on comments, but what can I do?
It is 7-0. Villa won 2-0.
Villa won 2-0.
Yeah.
Norwich are bottom.
Norwich are terrible. Norwich are terrible, to be honest.
What?
Let's just hope Liverpool haven't taken Man City's scoreline as a gauntlet thrown down. Let's see if you can beat our scoreline.
Yeah, no, but that's the thing, Andrew. They will have. We'll go out there tomorrow on Thursday, and Liverpool will think, right, those twats up the road scored 7 goals. Let's just see what we can do against these bunch of muppets. You know? Oh, sorry, I shouldn't say muppets because that's abuse from the PC world. Michael says, hope we don't give Kevin De Bruyne a space like that. Oh, Christ. We will.
Well, will it?
Yeah, a special limited edition range. I seen a comment from Susan earlier saying we should get shirts made up of Monumental Bell End. I can just see people turn up to football matches with Monumental Bell End written on them and not know what the hell they're talking about.
Just MBE, Paul, on it. Just MBE across it.
Yeah, well, yeah.
If
you also have to have a little crown above the M, Dave.
Yeah, okay.
Some of our tactics and selection. What, Annie?
You should charge a £6.10.
Oh.
On it. Getting booted.
I think I'm in the sin bin.
He's in the sin bin.
I think I'm going to be gone.
In the sin bin. No. I'm
going to keep you on and take the mick out, Yanni.
I'll never take the mick out of Annie.
Oh, no.
Not once do I ever do that. Stephen says, hoping City use up all of their goals this evening before playing us. Yeah. And Susan, that text message you've just sent me put me right off, right? It put me off. I'm normally very professional on here. Thank you for that. Liverpool is on a winning streak. I'm afraid. Yeah, I'm afraid. Can't catch my breath at the number of empty seats. Is that true? Have they got really empty seats?
A few people on Twitter saying it's big lumps of the stands are empty.
That's shocking. That
spoiled rotten, aren't they?
Yeah, that's basically what it's down to. Luke says Dele Alli slagged Newcastle off and called us a dump of a club.
Did he?
Is that what he said?
Anybody remember that?
I don't remember.
I remember him. He did get some criticism for comments because we did have supposedly a deal agreed to sign when he went to Tottenham, and he did say some non-flattering comments, but I don't remember him calling him a dump of a club.
Yeah, a lot of people have done that.
I personally don't like him. I don't
get that feeling, mate. I get that feeling, and you're not keen on Dele Alli.
No, I don't like him at all.
Why?
I think he's overrated. Like majority of English footballers are overrated. Like, majority of the kind of the next big things, they're always going to be this, and all the pressure gets piled on them, and then it ends up destroying them before. Like, that's like English. Like, for the World Cups, like, I find English fans are their own worst enemy because they pile on the pressure. They all keep going. You know, it's coming home, and then all that pressure's on them instead of just letting them go out and play, and without the pressure on them. You know what I mean?
He was just thinking about his words carefully there, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Caitlin's been very kind again. When I see you all sitting there, the first thing I think of is a police identity parade.
Oh, cheers.
I mean, isn't that just
wonderful.
lovely? I mean, full of Christmas spirit.
It was him.
I mean, yeah, Dublin Dave, Archer, yeah, they do look like they could be poster boys for Her Majesty's pleasure, but certainly not the rest of us. Jack Lee says, Mings has absolutely bossed this game defensively. Absolute leader at the back. This is the type of player we need to come in January and solidify this defense. Oh, man.
No.
Why do people talk about Ake?
I mean, he's better than Clark as a left-footed centre-back, to be fair.
Yeah,
Can't argue with that.
Oh, they're talking
he's not
about
first
Mings.
choice, but he's still better than Clark, so...
I thought he meant Ake there. I don't know why, but, listen, Mings, Ake, the no Conor Cody, all right? End of story.
Do you want Conor Cody to come, do you? Oh, okay.
I would.
Thank you, mate. Shut up, Harrison. Thomas says, sorry for the late entry. Popped in earlier to like the video, Evening Geordies. Robert says, rumours going round that Salah is out of the game on Thursday.
That's 5-0, not 7 then.
Yeah. Julie says, Dublin Dave, put the phone away. It's fraught with danger. I think
I think that's what Julie. Is that what your fiance was trying to text you to get you to say dirty bitch?
No. It was something that I am not repeating live on air, quite frankly.
I believe Susan said something like that.
No, because she knew it would throw me off with what she sent, but never mind. Abs says, I think blankety blank that ever promised but never delivered quiz. It will come, Abs. Just be patient. I need time to set it all up, and I need time to do it as well. Annie, you need to have a word with your parents and get your Wi-Fi sorted, because it's the worst in the world. Tom's as terrible as... I don't know where Tom is in the world, but if he's near Bristol as well, his is all bollockle and all. It seems the further south you go, the crapper your internet gets.
I don't know. Mine's pretty bad in Bedlington at times, like.
Well, Bedlington, it tends to be, and that's because a lot of copper wiring gets stolen every night.
It gets nicked, that's what it is. It's doing up live.
Yeah, exactly. They're coming off the sea, those fucking pirates, man, and they're away.
No way.
Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? That joke never gets old. Jack says Miggy is so left-footed, not good enough for the Premier League, in my opinion. Paul says all Joe Linton does is ball chase, and he gets credit for this. It's quite pathetic. Would anybody like to respond to that?
Whoa.
No, I don't agree.
The first person to criticise him if he didn't chase the ball, though, wouldn't
he?
Yeah. And he's actually putting in effort to fucking try to get the ball while everyone else is just standing there.
Yeah. And to be fair, he is winning the ball most of the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I would agree with that comment last season. Not now.
Yeah.
No. I read a stat. I'm sure few games, the last 6 games, he's got more successful passes in the final third than any other Newcastle player.
Yeah. He must have spelled Almiron wrong.
Yeah, good point.
But it is.
Tom, how long are you with us for?
We'll have a sweepstake.
He's
Ground
muted.
Control to Major Tom.
He's there. He's not.
Is he?
He's there. He's not.
Again.
He's gone.
He's gone again.
He's gone.
McDonald's Wi-Fi.
My God. He's there, and as soon as I bring him on, he loses his connection. Luke is commenting about your mustache, Annie. Man's mustache don't make me laugh. It looks like he's just been drinking hot chocolate.
I think it looks like a monkey tail. It looks cool.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Says the man with a beard. Says the man with a beard, like Stig of the friggin' dump.
This is trimmed.
Trimmed my ass.
Beard. That's a proper beard.
No, but I'm not slagging Archer. I think it looks cool. It's like a fucking monkey tail.
You could go titties in that beard, Dave.
Yeah, probably could.
Christ.
Probably, yeah. 7-0 final score.
The probably best nurtured beard on here, I'm going to have to say, is the two gentlemen in the middle, Roy and Alex. They look like they look after their beards. Archer just lets his go crazy and ends up looking like something out of the YMCA video.
I don't get the gap on one side and not the gap on the other side.
That's what I'm saying. If you look at it, it looks like a monkey tail. Like it looks like the monkey's on the side of his face, and the tail comes around and goes around the mouth.
So you
Archer, why have you done that?
Because I thought I'd do it.
He slipped the razor and didn't change it.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I'm just waiting to be able to grow one.
Listen, mate, it'll happen. Don't worry. It'll happen. One day it'll just be fluff. The next minute you've got a carpet on there, mate.
It's went from bum fluff to grey now, and I'm 35, so I think that ship sailed, mate.
Yeah, well and truly. Once the grey hair's cut in, I mean, look at Royce. He looks like bloody Santa Claus tonight. I mean,
I know.
I'm heading that way and all.
No wrong with that, Roy. No wrong with that at all.
It's terrible. Alex,
take an episode of This Is What You Could Have Had.
Aye. Well, look at Alex. He's got a full head of black
Still got
hair.
a bit of black there, though.
That's how my hair used to be.
Well, I'll let you on a little secret. This is dyed. I am awfully grey around here if I don't dye it.
I thought you were going to say I'll let you into a secret. This is a wig. That's what I thought you were going to say.
Definitely not. There's no wig here. No, I was grey at 21. I had bad genes.
I was going bald at 16.
Nobody
I can't remember that far back.
Watching too much Newcastle when he was a kid.
That's true. Yeah.
Clumps the hair coming out.
I love Lingard, but I think West Ham is where he will choose to go.
Nah, we can double his wages.
Double his weight. He's closer to Manchester.
There is no way on this planet that Lingard is going to want to come here, but Cody,
I don't know, like you might enjoy the quayside.
Yeah, possibly. Susan says, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And by the way, the Toon Review now, if anybody's on TikTok out there in internet world, the Toon Review does have a TikTok account now, which Susan runs herself. And I have to say, it's bloody awesome, right? Some of the TikToks she puts together for these advertising the shows and the channel. So if you're on TikTok, search for the Toon Review and get subscribed on there, because she's damn good at it. I don't have a clue how she does these videos, but hey ho. Ab says, be interesting to see who actually does come in January compared to the rumours. Troll says, close the window, Annie, or your tash will blow away. Gerard bringing on youngsters, and one has just got the assist. I mean, look, youngsters-wise, we've got Dylan Stevenson. He's scoring goals at the minute, left, right, and centre. Elliot Anderson, surely he's worth a go.
Mm-hmm.
Villa have had 4 or 5 years of TLC, haven't they, with money and structure? Yeah. So it's an unfair comparison, really.
I mean, give us 4 or 5 years, see what our academy looks like.
Exactly.
I think we'd be in a much better position. Annie, do Bristol City have an academy, or is that just called Bristol Rovers?
Yeah, and we've got a fair good amount of money from it as well. 25 million from 25 million from Joe Bryan. No, Bobby Reed. 10 million from Joe Bryan, 25 million for Lloyd Kelly. Yeah, we've got some good money from the academy. Thank you very much.
Still hasn't made you any frigging better, though, has it?
Well, no.
Yeah, because they've just sold all that good up and coming players.
We sold our good players. We do.
Joe Linton for Sports Personality of the Year. That's a bit extreme.
That's a hell of a shout out.
Not looking forward to this week. I know. Look, we've got some tough fixtures coming up. I mean, listen, just on the COVID point of view. We're seeing a lot of teams now having to deal with COVID. I mean, do you guys have a bad feeling that they're maybe going to close the football down for a couple of weeks? Roy, we'll ask you first, seeing as you're, in sunny Qatar.
I hope they do shut it down, and we don't have to play those 4 games until we're going to play the one on Thursday. Mm-hmm. But if they delay the football, it'll be great, because hopefully by January you can buy new players and then you can play those games with a few extra enforcements. Trippier, Cody, and Lingard. Hopefully.
Hey, it's going to be interesting though, because if they do close it down, I mean, what I don't want to see is the fans blocked again. Because I mean, listen, Leicester City on Sunday when we went in, they made us show our COVID passes, right? Which I don't have a problem with. What I did have a problem with is a black Labrador biting me in the right testicle. That was a bit,
some people pay for that.
Let's just say it was a very, the dog was very keen to find something on me that I clearly didn't have. And then, I don't think he was very pleased with you, Archer, when you got patted down and you were starting to sort of, but I don't know whether you noticed what your hips were actually doing at the time. Sort of circular motions when he was patting you down, and he kind of looked very angry. It was hilarious, man. It was absolutely hilarious. Right, Tom's back with us now. Are you there, Tom?
All right, I'll stay in now.
Hey, I'll stay in now. There he is. He's there.
It's because
there.
Laptop on there.
I was on my phone. That's why it wasn't working on my phone. Yeah.
Well, we gathered that, mate. Yeah. Stephanie's now regretting what she said about Phoenix Window, which is, you've said it now on live YouTube show. You can't exactly take it back now, Steph. You're in trouble. In fact, what I think should happen is, right, Stephanie shouldn't be able to do this alone. I think she's speaking for, let's get the mods involved as well. So if not you, Dave Harrison, because we don't.
I'm going to say that would chase
I don't think you're allowed to do
that. Susan and Jules, all hoy them in as well. So she doesn't have to do it on her own.
You're just a naughty man, Paul. You really are.
I'm not being naughty. I'm trying to stick up for Steph here and get her some support.
Okay. You could just say she doesn't have to do it now. It was with...
No. She said it. Foxy says City always have 1 or 2 games a season when they get close to double figures. Yeah, close, and then they play Newcastle and
Let's not go there.
Double figures.
Sorry, Annie.
Nothing.
listen, squirt boy, right? I'm telling you, you're pushing me close to the edge. Ab says, great to see a team not taking their foot off the gas. HM Dave sat between Paul and Dublin saying, we'll be gentlemen. Dublin Dave's not a gentleman.
I am a gent.
You're not.
He is a gent. It's this when he was off a store.
Jack said, would love us to bring in Ake at some point. Played under Howe for years and got a good relationship. Would definitely be a good acquisition. Tom, what do you reckon?
Agree.
Nathan Ake?
Yeah, I agree. I'd like Ake to come, to be honest with you. Over what we have currently, I'd take him any day of the week. I just think he's played with Howe. He knows what he's doing. He's better. Long story short, he's better than Jamal Lascelles, Clark, and Shaw, in my opinion. Maybe not Fetty, but I think he's better than what we have. Yeah, in my opinion, I don't think Cher's been great this season. To be honest with you, I think him and Fetty are the best we have at the minute. But I think Ake is better. Plus, he's younger as well, and he's got a lot of time to improve. And under Howe, I reckon he could do that. So I would take Ake any day of the week.
Fair enough.
Why would he come though? He's played a lot of games.
Maybe. But...
Sorry, Alex.
I rate Ake.
Yeah.
But it's not like he's not playing. People are talking about Ake as if he's a fringe player and might want games elsewhere. Ake's played every single cup game and Champions League game for City, so he's very important to them as a left-footed centre back. If he was a fringe player and always on the bench, this would make sense as a loan, maybe. But he is playing a lot of games for City, so I don't understand where this is coming from. He's never going to come to anybody in the Premier League because they need him. They're attacking on four fronts. Why are they going to get rid of him?
Yeah,
I prefer Botman. Definitely. I think he's number one for me. I think he'd be brilliant. He's exactly what we need.
Shanio says he got a Twitter ban for calling Lascelles a donkey because apparently it's a racial slur. Really?
I'd love to know how they explained how that's a racial slur.
Yeah, I think 1 million people would be in prison for Heskey then, because...
Christ, on a bike,
There's something odd going, whether it's these, what do they call it, in the background things, because mate of mine recently was banned from Twitter for a week because his sister or somebody put a picture of the little one playing in the snow and with a grin on her face, and he said he's a cheeky monkey, and apparently that's a racial sin. He got banned for a week. When you try to explain, it's a northeast saying, it's a term of endearment. That didn't want to know their thoughts was it was.
But I get a message saying somebody's going to slip me throat at a football match and nothing.
And that's fine. Fun. Yeah,
that's not breaking the rules.
Absolutely
lovely. Yeah, lovely.
Bonkers, man. Absolutely bonkers.
Too many snowflakes.
Brian says, "Good to listen to you, Andrew. You and Chesreal look like a shark wrestling tag team."
Well, my skinny arms aren't going to do much.
Oh, hey, go get yourself to South Africa. Chesreal, put some weight on those guns. I'm telling you.
All right.
He's already. Me and Susan's going over there next year. Shark diving. Evening, Susan. Very, very worried about it. She is, but never mind. Michael says, "Does anyone know what was actually said to him, like the so-called abuse Bruce got?"
Don't know.
Cabbage seed is
trying to think.
I mean, listen. Absolute donkey racial slur. What bullshit is bull? Is bull a racial slur? Exactly. Kieran wants me to do a rant on Jamie O'Hara. Don't get me started, man. Seriously. Did anyone listen to that tosspot yesterday saying, no, it was definitely a penalty?
Oh,
I mean,
him and I, yeah.
I mean, listen, I love Laura Woods. I love Ali McCoist. I love listening to them too. But then when they get guests on like O'Hara, Shag Bonlaho, they're all just
Chelsea bloke.
Turnips, man. Honestly, yeah, Jason Numpty.
That's him.
I don't think Warren Barton was too happy with him, Dave, when we were talking about
it wasn't.
Jason Cundy. By the way, Dave, where are you sitting today? Are you in the East or the West Wing?
I'm in the West Wing.
You're in the West Wing.
We've turned the heating off in the East Wing for the winter.
Fair enough. Roy, you got your butlers on hand with the cappuccinos?
No, I'm by myself at home.
Right, Annie, take care, mate. See you soon, buddy.
Watch what you're doing, fella. See you soon.
Take care. Take care of that tash.
Take care, mate. All the best.
Yeah, he's got to go and comb his tash.
Paul, what do you think about the Champions League mess up with all the balls?
Well,
and Owen's amazing comment as well. What did he say? All the teams are either going to get a better or a worse draw, or the same.
Or the better or a worse draw, or the same. So he basically
covered all areas.
Described the draw for a cup competition. It was unbelievable. I mean, it was a farce, wasn't it? Let's face it. It was an absolute disaster. I was watching Mark Goldbridge on the United stand when the draw was made, and he was going off it like he was, this has to be a redraw and all of this. And then, you know what? They had a mare. I mean, they had an absolute mare.
You're right, Paul. But there was that many people saying they've got it wrong. It needs to be done again. Almost from about the third or fourth thing that was pulled out. I think, well, sure to God, they realised they'd got it wrong, but clearly not.
Norvik says Arsenal has shown the way forward with changing the team captain. Howe should be brave and follow suit.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, Caitlin says because the world is going too far the other way. These footballers get paid thousands. They leave themselves open to a bit of stick for performances. Not saying they should get abused for their personal life. Exactly. Yeah. He's getting the stick for his footballing abilities. Nothing to do with his personal life. Yeah. Nothing wrong with calling themselves a donkey. Our club is like a donkey sanctuary, for fuck's sake. Back in the day, Ferdinand wasn't happy with us singing Danny Bear chant, but we still sang it. Supporters thought we were spurring him on, but Soles obviously didn't. Danny Bear, there's a blast from the past. Anybody know who Danny Bear is?
Say it
no?
Out. Say it out. Come on. No.
Come on, Roy. You're a Chesley Street fella. You know exactly who Danny Bear is. Don't you tell me that you didn't buy the old magazines in there, in those newsagents down the front street.
No, I haven't.
Good answer, Roy. Good answer.
Yeah.
I'm
trying to think who else might know. Dublin Dave will definitely know who Danny Bear is.
I don't.
You lying shitbag. Alex,
I'm gonna Google it.
I mean, I googled it and she's 51, so I don't feel bad. I don't know.
She's 51 now.
God.
Oh, she a dirty yoke.
Dave, can you not just speak English instead of speaking your language of Pornhub?
No, I didn't say I'm bad there. I just said dirty. Like dirty is well. Like, I'm leave it.
It's an Irish comment, isn't it, Dave? It's fine.
Yeah. A dirty yoke. Like.
Yeah. A dirty yoke.
Yeah.
I've lost me. Like, never mind. Let's move on. Kieran says, get Paul and the two Geordie in that dressing room and get them both told. Fair enough. That would be interesting. I think we'd scare quite a few of the players with that one.
Brian would definitely scare a few.
Leicester performance was worrying. What's happened to the intensity and energy shown versus Brentford? But we still made terrible mistakes against Brentford. Been a great show, Paul. Best I've seen since 9 o'clock. The only one you've seen since that. Right. Obviously, the show's a bit shorter tonight. Well, it's not actually. It's going to be
bad. There she is.
All right, steady yourself, Roy. Steady yourself.
Still looking good for 51, mate.
Harrison, you calm down a bit.
I've got to think of the old Dicky Ticker.
I just don't know.
Just very young and not you get a heart attack.
Yeah, I tell you, honestly. Right, Mark's a bit annoyed. I'm sick of this negative shite. If you think we will get beaten the next two home games, keep your negative arse at home.
I mean, it's Liverpool and the City.
How has it been negative? We're playing bloody Liverpool and Man City and Man United. How are we being negative, you pillock? For the love of Christ, man.
I'm being positive. I'm positive we're going to get beat.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's just been a realist in it rather than optimist.
It's been realistic. For the love of Christ, man.
Oh, you've set them off.
Take them pathetic comments and fuck off, man. Honestly.
I mean, yeah.
What are we supposed to do?
I mean, you could put Salah and Trent Alexander-Arnold against Richie on that wing in 100 simulations, and they would win 99 out of 100. I mean, it's just, come on.
Look at the teams we're playing against and the players we have on the pitch. Now, if you want to talk positive, but you can't when we played as bad as we did against Leicester and we've got these 3 games coming up. Where are you going to be positive from? Unless we have some sort of Christmas miracle and we somehow get some points against these teams. Jesus Christ. Anyway, Mike says, Paul to find Max. No, I'm not even reading that. Stick your £6.10s up your arse is what you can do. Tom says, could be 7 or 8 for Liverpool. No, Tom, you're not allowed that. You can't say anything negative. My God. How can Eddie Howe talk up Fernandez and Graham Jones exactly the opposite? This is starting to boil the piss. Yeah. Ab says, if you hadn't ranted, I would have been livid. I think Susan's apologising to me for the disgraceful text message I got. Man City don't deserve the team and manager they have, in my opinion. Can't even fill a stadium. I actually agree with that.
Yeah.
Right. Let's look to the game on Thursday and just remember that we're not allowed to be negative. Tom, we'll start with you. Give me a score prediction and goal scorers if you think Newcastle are actually going to score.
I think maybe Wilson. I reckon we'll lose about 3 or 4-1. Honestly, maybe Wilson next one. I'd be happy with a goal as long as you don't get put 7 or 8 on us like Leeds did. I'll be happy because I think it's a bit of a. I don't know. It's a bit of a no-brainer. We're going to get battered, in my opinion. Anyway, but you never know. It's football. Optimistic or
no? Just what you think the score's going to be, mate.
4-1 probably. 4-1.
4-1.
Yeah.
And who is going to score for Newcastle?
I reckon Wilson will get one. My opinion, maybe.
Okay. Right. Well, thanks very much for coming on. Nice to see you, Tom. Make sure you get yourself back on the next fan forum, mate, and make sure you have a decent connection this time.
I'll just use it.
It would be nice to have you on the show for a bit longer than flashing like a bloody traffic light all the time.
Yeah.
Take care, mate.
Good to see you, Tom.
Take care, Tom.
Right, Archer.
I'm going to go 3 or 4-0 Liverpool.
4-0 Liverpool.
Aye. And then when we play Man City, I'm going to go 2-1 Newcastle.
Oh, Christ almighty. Sorry, there's just thousands of comments coming in.
I'm just watching. I'm flying in. Have you seen Julie's comment to you, though?
They might want to keep it going for another half hour.
Listen, I've been sat in this seat. This seat's quite comfortable, but Dave Harrison, look, he's leaning forward now because his back's breaking.
Back's killing us, yeah.
Because
I've got to get the opera sorted this weekend, haven't I?
I don't know what Jason's talking about. I mean, all 4 of my hairs are going grey. Thanks very much for that. Brian says, bum fluff to grey, got to be comment of the night. That was you, Andrew.
It's part of my life, unfortunately. Right? Bum fluff to grey. If I could zoom in far enough, you might be able to see it. So she said.
Yeah. Listen, see what kind of influence Dublin Dave has on guests. You know, he just breeds that just disgraceful, disgusting, pornographic shit on everybody. It's terrible.
No, he doesn't.
Archer.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on, mate. I'll go and let you finish off your shave now.
Yeah, he needs to get that sorted out.
I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it for the Christmas tradition.
Are the handlebars coming back?
Yeah, hopefully by maybe just after the new year.
Quality. See you soon, buddy.
Yeah.
Best of luck, mate.
Take care, Archer.
Right, Dave Dublin Magpie. Score for Thursday, buddy.
4-2.
And who's going to get our goals?
Shelby and Wilson.
Shelby and Wilson. Did you not say they were going to score against Leicester as well?
Who?
I think you said Shelby would score. You said he was due one.
He is due one, and he keeps having a nail shot every now and then, but I just want them to go out all out attacking, go out fighting. I don't want to see them parking the bus. Just go have a fucking goal, man.
Abs says Dublin Dave looks like he's been walking the streets of Newcastle for too long. Oh, hang on, he has.
He's home now, bless him.
Yeah, I'm broke.
Julie says, guys and girls, no one is condoning abuse of any kind. End of. Damn right. Ab says, I remember at school we got over it. No lasting scars. You were a snowflake. Okay.
There's been a few comments in the chat, Paul.
Has there? About what?
About just abuse and whatever, different people with different ideas.
Okay.
That's why, Julie said, calm down, everybody.
All right.
Nothing nasty. Just
Julie's like an old school teacher, isn't she? She's always like telling people to calm down. That's what we like to see, though. Geordie Toon for Life said Archie would scare a burglar's dog. Wow. Stephen says Dublin Dave, hello from a fellow mag up the what?
The Desi boy. I think that's something like down in Waterford. I think it's from down in Waterford. I'm not sure.
Susan isn't going to go into Fenwick's window.
I'll go in the window.
Come on, Paul, sort it out. If you hate Sunderland, stand up. I can't stand up. I'm stuck in this chair. I'm hearing that Arsenal look. No, we're not getting Aubameyang. His attitude is disgraceful. No, why would we want Aubameyang?
No,
honestly,
that's the same way I think about Ali.
Yeah,
they're both similar.
Ab says should footy down until the end of January.
That works.
I don't want to see it. Stephanie says, I've just nearly choked on my cup of tea. I'm sorry.
Could be worse.
Right. Dublin Dave, thank you very much for coming on, matey. And I hope your score prediction, us scoring 2 goals at Anfield, is it going to happen? Is it not? I'm not so sure.
Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see. See you soon, matey.
See you, mate.
Take care, Jeff.
Take care over there, buddy. Take care.
Best of luck.
Good night. So that was Dublin Dave. And next in the firing line is Alex. I'm very intrigued to see what Alex is going for here.
Same as somebody's already said. I think 4-1 Liverpool. I think it's going to be a strange, possibly like Lascelles goal or header, just because it's Newcastle and he's been in bad form. He's been criticised, and then he'll score a goal, and everybody will magically think it's okay. But then we're just going to get battered down the flanks. There's no way. Lewis, Ritchie, Manquillo, Murphy. It doesn't matter who we put at fullback. They are going to get absolutely battered. If we play 3 at the back, we're going to have Clark again back in. Yeah, I could see us maybe getting one. And like somebody already said, Shelby's due a goal. He's hit that crossbar more times than I can count. He's got to go in eventually, surely, from that edge of the box. But I can see maybe one. I can see us kind of like a Spurs game. I can see us going in, guns out, guns blazing, pressing. I can see us playing all right for half an hour. And then by the 90 minutes, it's 4-1. And same as you against Leicester. I think it'll be one of them.
David Lincoln thinks we're going to smash Liverpool.
After the match,
Paul shouting his chops off again. Damn right. Kieran says, love this show. Always class, lads. Thank you very much, matey. Yes, Seth thinks Man City will set a new Premier League record of a 10-0 on Sunday. Flaming hell. Yeah. Right. Alex, what score did you say?
4-1 Liverpool.
4-1. Right, fair enough. We'll see you next time, matey. Take care of yourself.
Take care.
See you, Alex. Thanks for coming
on. Right, Andrew. Let's hear it. Don't let your heart rule your head, by the way. Let's just get a proper scoreline in.
5-1 Murphy, free kick, first goal.
5-1, but Murphy to score the first goal, yeah?
You think we'll get 5, do you? Well, okay.
No, he's going for... Yeah, Dave, yeah. We're going to get 5 at Liverpool. Can you imagine we beat Liverpool 5-1 at Anfield? That would just be like...
And honestly, the queue outside Phoenix would be massive if that happened.
God. Never mind.
Just go for a wild free kick, mate. If Murphy's going to get in the team, I think if he can...
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. Yeah. Caitlin says, oh, Paul's getting angry. Donkey. Sorry for racially abusing you, Paul. Fair enough. Right, Andrew, thanks for coming on, matey.
No, well, thanks for having us. Take care, lads.
Get yourself back on again.
Yeah, totally. Cheers.
Bye bye.
Right, Roy, come on and let's hear it.
It's right. 2-2. 2-2.
He's going for a Desmond.
You're going for a Desmond, really?
We're going to score first. Liverpool could keep going for it, and then we'll score the second, and then in the last 15 minutes we'll let 2 goals in, and it's going to finish 2-2.
So you actually think we're going to be leading the game 2-0?
2-0.
Yeah, I think this is going to be Maximin's best game all season because he's going to have Alexander-Arnold on the same flank, and he's not going to allow him to keep going up, bumping forward as well. So, yeah, I've got a feeling. And there's loads of space, and Van Dijk's not that fast as well. So, yeah, optimistic.
I love the optimism, right?
Yeah, well, it might be 6-0.
Who knows? Who knows?
Well, last year we got a 0-0. Remember, last year we had a 0-0.
Yeah,
and we played. Didn't we play Brentford the week after, and we got beat or something? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think it was
happy memories.
After.
Happy memories. Right.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on, Roy. Take care out there, mate, and hopefully see you on the next one, buddy.
See you on the next one, mate. See you, Dave. Mate. See you, Paul. See you, lads.
All the best.
Top man, Roy is. Love him coming on the shows. Great sense of humour as well. MG Vlog says, I love all your shows, Paul. Keep up the hard work. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
There's only a couple more comments there. We won't get out our own half twice. That's a good point. Geordie Toon for Life is already at Phoenix window. Waiting. Cheers for having me on, says Andrew. No problem. Good to have you on, mate. Right, that is the end of the fan forum for another night. Dave, it's been a long shift tonight, but
yeah,
I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
Thoroughly enjoyed the night. It's been great.
Yeah, brilliant.
I did say earlier I was a bit of a fanboy. Warren Barton's followed me and sent me a nice message. So,
what did he say?
I'll have to do with Sinclair and put my phone on. What did he say? He says, "Pleasure, my friend, anytime."
Yeah, he messaged me as well. Just said thanks for having us on and stuff. And
it was great fun. It really was.
What a top man! Absolute top man.
Absolute top man.
Couple more comments before we go. Kieran says, "Can someone put me in a cryostasis till next to you get what cryostasis? I can never say that word.
It's freezing you. So
I know what it is, Dave. I just can't.
Sorry, you just couldn't see it.
Yes, I'll let you off. Don't worry. Josh says we're going to win 2-1. A last-minute header from Dubravka. Wow. Okay.
Header from Dubravka. Oh, okay.
He's coming up to try and win the game. Great show. Thanks, matey. Stephanie says, night, everyone. Great show as per. Thanks, you. Stephanie. She's going to regret what she said, big style, because she will. If we beat Liverpool, the next show we have, if she's here on watching the show, she's going to get some hammer. Sorry, Steph, but
can you imagine if we're winning 2-1 with about a minute to go? She's going to be absolutely.
She'll be sweating. She'll be sweating. She'll be just saying, "Come on, Marnie, please just stop."
Get one.
Ab says, Kieran, go to an alternative universe where we win the league. Jason says, good banter tonight. Off to Phoenix. Thanks, guys. Dublin says, Swiss bun. Oh, we're not even going there. Caitlin says, love the show with you boys. You always read my daft comments. Well, I try and read as many as I can now, to be honest, Caitlin. But thank you for taking part again in the show. Stevens, some point in the future, mate. I don't know what they're talking about. I'll be there, Steph, says Geordie. David says, have a good night, lads. Enjoyed listening. Flash mob in Phoenix with arses. Stephanie says, don't worry, I love the banter, can cope. Good. Brian says, I think she's safe. Chris at Leicester till I die, pokes head around the door to see if it's safe to come in. It is, mate. It's the end of the show, but we know we've been hammered, mate. Don't worry about that. It's always the same. But thank you to everybody that's taken part in both shows tonight that asked Warren Barton some questions. Thank you to everyone that's been on tonight, 250 odd watching again, which has been tremendous. Thank you for taking part in the show. Those of you that have come on live, those of you that have taken part in the comments as well. It's fantastic. It's a big family on this channel. It's grown well. And that's what we want it to be. So thank you to everybody for that. If you have enjoyed the show, though, don't forget to hit the like button, guys. And if you're new to the channel and you like what you see, please don't forget to consider subscribing. We're only a couple of hundred away from 7K now, which is incredible. So hopefully we'll get there very soon. And I plan on doing a 7K Q&A for me sins. So that should be interesting. We may get Harrison on to co-host that as well, but
okay,
it'll be interesting. But thank you, everybody. Again, brilliant show. Take care for the rest of the week. Me and Dave will be back tomorrow, actually, at 8:30.
Yes,
as we have the Liverpool Newcastle review.
Preview.
I'm drabbing on now because I'm tired. But we will be back tomorrow at 8:30 with the match review preview for the Liverpool game. So it should be good fun in that one as well. But until then, guys, take care.
Take care, everybody. Watch what you do.